Most people walk through life never questioning the air they breathe, the food they eat, or the water they drink. We assume the world around us was built for our well-being. But as a producer, I've spent my life obsessed with the invisible, the forces most people just hear. Lately, I couldn't shake this unexplained sense of tension, a subtle knot in my chest every time I put on my headphones. At first, I blamed burnout, but I was wrong. I started reverse engineering the very foundation of modern sound engineering, and what I uncovered chilled me to the bone. We are currently living in a digital world tuned to a frequency of chaos, a global standard that wasn't chosen for beauty, harmony, or art, but for power. They call it the forbidden frequency. And in this video, we're going to run a live test on your brain. Because once you hear the actual difference, you can never go back to being a silent listener again. To understand how we were trapped in this vibration, we have to look back at where humanity started. Before industrial machines, before mass media, and before global regulatory boards, the ancient world breathed in a completely different key, at equals 432 hertz. From the precisely crafted string lyres of ancient Greece to the deep, resonant chanting of Tibetan monks, this specific tuning wasn't an arbitrary choice. It was a conscious, mathematical alignment with the natural world. Think about the patterns that build our reality. The Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, the geometric spiral of shell, a sunflower, or a distant galaxy. When you translate these precise cosmic proportions into sound waves, you arrive exactly at 432 hertz. It is literally the geometry of life, converted into acoustic energy. Even the Earth itself seems to operate on this matrix. The planet's electromagnetic pulse, known as the Schumann resonance, vibrates at a fundamental frequency of $7.83 hertz dollar. Mathematically, 432 hertz is a perfect harmonic of this planetary heartbeat. When you listen to audio tuned to this scale, your body instinctively recognizes it. It feels balanced. It feels right because it aligns with the natural vibration of your own biology. But if 432 hertz is the frequency of life, then what exactly is the frequency we are being forced to consume today? The year was 1939, a time when the world was on the absolute brink of global catastrophe. But while nations were openly preparing their armies for warfare, a much quieter battle was being fought in the shadows of psychological control. Historical records show that during this chaotic era, a calculated push began to shift the international music standard away from the natural 432 hertz. The objective was adopted by elite organizations and propaganda ministries alike, culminating in a drive for a new standard, equals 440 hertz. Now, ask yourself, why would organizations obsessed with public compliance and mass influence care about the microscopic tuning of musical instruments? Because 440 hertz is structurally different. It's sharper, it's brighter, but it is also inherently unstable for the human nervous system. Modern sound healing and neurological research have uncovered a disturbing contrast. While 432 hertz resonates deeply with our internal biology, 440 hertz forces the brain to stimulate constant beta wave activity. This is the exact cognitive state of high alert, cognitive strain, and underlying anxiety. It keeps the human psyche in a perpetual, microdose state of tension. By 1953, despite heavy pushback from thousands of musicians worldwide, the International Organization for Standardization officially locked in 440 hertz as the global unalterable norm. And just like that, the natural vibration of the world was industrialized. We were plugged into an unnatural frequency, and we've been vibrating in silent disharmony ever since. But this leaves us with a critical question. If this standard frequency induces tension, why hasn't the modern industry changed it back? The answer lies in economics and systemic control. Every digital audio workstation, every streaming platform algorithm, and every major instrument factory is deeply hard-coded to 440 hertz. To undo this would require a global, trillion-dollar restructuring of the entire entertainment complex. But there's a deeper psychological layer to this. An anxious public is a predictable public. When people live in a state of subtle, underlying tension, they look for external comfort. They consume more, they scroll more, and they remain addicted to the very platforms feeding them that digital noise. But you don't have to remain trapped in a matrix. The Maestro Vault isn't just about uncovering historical secrets. It's about giving you the keys to your own digital prison break. Today, there are tools, custom media players, and plugins designed to convert any streaming track back to its organic state. I started converting my own studio library back to its natural alignment, and the shift, HP, genuinely emotional tone, felt like taking a deep breath of fresh air after being locked in a concrete basement for years. The next time you put on your headphones and feel that unexplained knot of stress in your chest, don't ignore it. Check the frequency, because the ultimate war for your consciousness isn't being fought on the television screens. It's happening right inside your headphones. I'm the Maestro, and the vault is now open. See you in the next one.